Hi guys, Miss Cutie V here. Welcome to my first review on my channel. I'm going to be talking about the Netflix film Deathnote, which just came out this weekend on August 25th. If you're not familiar with this series or what Deathnote is, it's an anime that's based off of a famous Japanese manga written by Tsugumi Oba and Takeshi Obata. It follows a high school student named Light Yagami who comes across a notebook called the Deathnote, which holds great power. If the owner writes someone's name in the book while picturing their face, that person will die. So essentially Yagami creates his god persona that he calls Kira, and he goes on a spree to make the world a better place by targeting criminals, pedophiles, etc. Pretty much to rid the world of all the evil and become a god. Based off of that alone, does the Netflix version of Deathnote cover that? Kind of, but it's boring. So what makes the anime so captivating and so intriguing and so great is the character build-up that they have. There is another character in the anime named L, who is on a mission to find out who Kira is. And the cat and mouse game between Light Yagami and L is amazing in the anime. In the Netflix series, it's almost non-existent. So it starts off with Light doing somebody's homework out in the open while watching the cheerleaders in the Netflix series. In the anime, he's nothing like that. He's pretty much a loner and a genius, and he's very smart about how he does things. Like he covers his ass, he covers his tracks, and does things in a certain way to have it not come back to him. In the Deathnote series, his name is Light Turner, and he's careless. He's reckless. Within, I want to say like 5 minutes of the show, Light Turner is already going and telling this girl who he has a crush on, "Oh, I killed somebody," using the Deathnote, and tells her all about the book. And now they're like a team. What? So the girl that he tells her name is Mia in the Netflix series. In the anime, they have a character similar to that whose name is Misa. Everything is just wrong. Light Turner is careless and reckless and so emotional with how he's going about with his killings. Mia she's just psychotic. Like, she just wants to kill everything and anything for the most part, because she can. Like, she just we have this power, let's kill everybody, let's go on this website, let's start searching. And it's not like that in the anime, and that's one thing that really upsets me, because the character build up and the rapport that all the characters have with each other in the anime, it's so what makes it what it is. The only good part that they kind of have in the Netflix series is Ryuk, which is the Shinigami, which is a death god. So he is the original owner of the Deathnote. If it drops to Earth, to the world, whoever picks it up can see the Shinigami. So in the anime, whoever touches the book can see the Shinigami, regardless if you used it or not. So that's something that's one of the rules that they changed from the anime to the movie. In the movie, it's only one person, which is the owner, in this case, Light Turner. He's the only one that can see it. He's the only one that can see the Shinigami, which doesn't make any sense to me. But again, I guess I came into this with very high expectations. So they change who can see the Shinigami, which doesn't make any sense, because in the anime, if you touch the book, you can see him. And he uses that to his advantage. And then he has this whole horde, this whole team with him. It's a mess. Another rule that they changed from the Deathnote is you have 2 days to control somebody before you pretty much end their life, which is so stupid because in the anime he's able to do weeks worth of killing in advance. So if he's for some reason he's captured, the killings are still going to keep going so that he's not a suspect, which is goes into how smart that Light Yagami is. And here they give him, you have 48 hours before you can do anything. What? This movie was so rushed. I think it would have been better if it was a series. They could maybe spread it out a bit better, build that character relationship between everyone. And I don't know, I can't even get my thoughts straight because how upset I am. There's just so many little things here and there in the anime that needed to be portrayed in the movie, which wasn't. The characters themselves aren't true to who they are in the anime, with Light Turner being just an emotional, I'm doing this to show off to Mia rather than I'm gonna do this to make the world a better place. You have Mia, who's kind of acting like how Light should be, but she's more sporadic and chaotic with it. Ryuk was really good. I think who they casted to play Ryuk, which was William Dafoe, was great. But one thing, the problem I had with Ryuk was how involved he was. In the anime, he's more in the back because he can't control what goes on with the notebook anymore once it's in the hands of a human. So in the anime, he's more in the background, laughing here and there, but he doesn't interfere much because he can't. Within the first 2 minutes of Light Turner having the book, Ryuk is telling him, hey, write this kid's name in the book. Here's a pen. How is he gonna die? Like, he's way too involved than he should be. Like, he's pretty much has like these puppet strings over Light Turner, which doesn't make any sense to me at all. L, which is one of my favorite characters in an anime. I didn't like L. And a lot of people are like, oh, but he's a black actor. It has nothing to do with race. How Keith Stanfield portrayed L was about like a 30% close to how the character is. Because L is very quirky. He's very meticulous. He likes things in order. He likes to stand or sit with his feet on the chair. And like, he's very weird. L, in the Netflix movie, how Keith portrayed him, he got some of that, but he was way too emotional. Like, L is very controlled. He stacks his sugar cubes. He has things in a certain order. He's pretty much like 2 steps before, or like at least 2 steps behind, like 1 step behind Light. Like he's pretty much like right there. And it's that tension between Light Yagami and L in the anime that has you like, fuck, is L gonna capture Light? Like, he's right on his ass, but you don't get that with the movie. You don't. It's so rushed. Like, there's little snippets of the anime that would have made a huge difference if they put it in the movie. There's like this whole montage, like 5 minutes of all that important character build-up and tension between L and Light that they just sped through in the movie. And I think if they would have slowed that down a bit, they'd see how L is transitioning to, alright, he's not out of Japan, he's in Seattle because of this and that. L comes out of nowhere and meets Light's dad and is like, yeah, Kira is in Seattle. You're just like, how the fuck do you figure that out? And you don't get that. You don't get the cat and mouse game that Light and L have. Because even at one point, Light and L work together side by side. In the movie, they're like bitter enemies straight off the bat. And it's just like, whoa. Yeah, I didn't like it at all. I know my thoughts are a little everywhere. It's just way too much in the anime that they didn't get at all in the movie. Like I said, if they did a series, and it'll be a little longer, a little more character build up on Light Turner. Oh, one thing that I did like, sorry. In the anime, Light Yagami finds the Death Note, and he wants to rid the world of evil. But there's really no purpose behind it other than he can. In the movie, Light Turner is pretty much working off of revenge. His mom is dead. He was killed. She was killed. I'm sorry. He doesn't have a little sister. It's just him and his father in the house. And the first person he decides to kill is the gentleman who ran over his mom. And that pretty much has a domino effect on who he wants to continue to kill. Which that I think was pretty cool. Yeah, but other than that, no. I wish Ryuk's, the way his character was written was a little better, because I think who they casted was amazing. The way Elle's character was written could have been so much better. I just think overall, like, just didn't do it for me. I didn't go in with any expectations. Just every 5 minutes I was pausing and going, what the fuck are they doing? Like, why? This doesn't make any sense. Like, why is he showing her the notebook already? Why are they openly talking about killing people in their school? And then they had this chase scene, which was like 10 minutes. And pretty much Light is confessing right then and there to Elle that he doesn't understand, that it's the book, and it was just a hot mess. If I had to grade it on like a A to F scale, I'll give it a D for disaster. That's it for now. I know I'm a little bit all over the place. It's just way too much to get into at the moment. Okay, thank you. Be sure to hit the follow button below, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you.